What is going on, guys? We're back with another video on Madden 18 Connected Franchise, and we're doing the Bengals realistic rebuild, and their team is looking pretty I don't know about that there, pal. I wouldn't actually say pretty solid. What do we got? William Jackson. He's got to be a young fella, right? 23. I mean, that's not bad. He's really good. He's just stupid. That's what I like to call anyone with bad awareness and play rec. But I think William Jackson can get it done. This team is actually missing quite a bit, and we're actually in a really bad spot. So what I'm going to need the Bengals to do is to not win games here for us. John Ross obviously starts, even though he's a terrible overall. Should have super slow dev at this point. I know it was an injury, but whatever. Actually, was it an injury? I think he was a little injury prone, but he was still rough. Enough fast talking. I need to share a story, and it's a quick story. It's not going to be like 5 hours, but before I recorded this, maybe 5 minutes before, a freaking spider, it was like silvers, it was, I don't know, it was like a silver spider, crawled up the side of the arm for this mic, and just chilled there. And it was in a weird, awkward spot for me to kill it. Obviously, instantaneously went for it. I am not, never been scared of spiders in my life. Never scared of spiders. And, yeah, it was an interesting scenario. We're going to put Jeremy Hill on the trade block, by the way, because if he's on a contract year, which I'm pretty sure he usually is, and we have Mixon and Bernard, what's the point? But yeah, now my hairs are kind of sticking up, and I'm like super touchy. Not because I'm scared of spiders, I'm just a little cold in here, just saying. Just saying. But yeah, it was a nightmare. But that's beside the point. Free agency, do we have anybody? Where's Dez? Yeah, this isn't updated, is it? Glad it isn't updated, though, because the Bengals, they're really in a bad spot. I don't care what anyone wants to say. I'm a Packers fan. Rip me apart about our defense. Do whatever you want. In Madden, at least, because in real life, we don't know anything. Andy Dalton could be Drew Brees next season, for all we know. But in Madden, yeah, it's not great. Not great. Jeromepkr was traded to the Chiefs, wasn't he? He was traded somewhere. Ah, the Bills. He's a Bill now, I think. All right. The Buffalo Bills. Oh, it wasn't a... It was a signing. That means we trade him. But yeah, we're going to trade Hill and McCarron. I don't know if there's anyone else. I'm sorry. A lot of Bengals fans are going to be mad that I didn't pick up some player, unless I decide to. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but apparently they got Cordy Glenn, a first-round pick, number 21st, and a 5th for the Bills, number 12 overall pick, and 6th-round pick. What an amazing trade. Jesus. I mean, the Bengals, they trying at least. I believe in them. I don't know. I don't see any free agent signings or anything crazy like that. Let's see what Cordy Glenn's looking like on the Bills. I doubt it's going to go, but maybe. Although I would have to give up my pick, and I think the Bills will do better than we will. We're trading McCarron and Jeremy Hill to the Bills for a 4th this and a 6th this. Perfectly fair. Jeremy Hill is actually a pretty good running back. And I don't know what they did in real life, but in Madden they always get rid of him, and that's, in my opinion, the most realistic move. You got a guy like Joe Mixon. Why they even went for him, I don't know. But if you're going for Joe Mixon and you already have Bernard, there's really no room for Jeremy Hill, in my opinion. So it is what it is. You can have a committee all you want, but 3 is too many for a realistic rebuild. But yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be Tank City. We're going to be looking to tank this year. Hopefully we get a top 10 pick and then go from there. But we do have a couple of rookies that are decent, or at least a couple of decently young players that I want to do well. So hopefully put them in situations that they can do well. How old is Dalton, by the way? They gave him quick dev, really. He's 29 years old. Since 6 years in the league, and they haven't made the playoffs, or won the playoffs, won a game in the playoffs at least. Is that really quick dev? That's not a name I'm going to say. That's risky. Man, this team is so rough. Oh, I forgot. We have Willis and Lawson, which means Dunlap might play DT. Willis and Lawson have to start. 2 youngsters. We have literally nothing else to look forward to. Willis, I think, is always the better player to start at right end, just because I like him the most, and I think right end gets the most success. Carlos Dunlap, a little bit of a downgrade at DT, but It is what it is. How come they have about 1,500 tight ends? Like, I can't even get rid of all of them because a lot of them are making some money. Like, look at these. Like, these guys are, like, I can't keep this many tight ends. I don't think they would get rid of Tyler Croft either, but Lara's looking for her brother. Not going to re-sign him the next year, though, so I'd be looking to put him on the trade. We got to get rid of some of these linemen. This time next year, this Bengals team, well, not this Bengals team, but the Bengals team may be the worst team to rebuild. Because as long as it's, similar to this year, rookie quarterbacks like the teams like the Jets and, teams like that, Cardinals, they're going to be fine because your rookie quarterback kind of has that cheese, but this team is bad. I mean, we need a new right tackle and right guard. I can't believe this team. Nah, screw, we're tanking. I don't care, man. We're just so screwed. Like, what do we even do here? We had a Michael Johnson trade offer, 30 years of age, second-round picks. It makes sense. There's not even a point. He's going to cost us too much anyways. I mean, what can I even really say? Oh, Michael Johnson for 7th round? It's probably the only realistic move there is. It's week 3. We're desperate. We need every story we can get. So we have a right outside linebacker, Doran Craig, and a right outside linebacker named Ali Zamatis. So Zamatis is 24, but he is superstar dev. And Doran Craig is superstar dev as well. Both of them don't look too hot in my opinion. Tyler Eivert, a 5-year, $44 million deal. He'll be 31 from the Cowboys league. Expectations. I've signed him for more than that, and he's still worth it. So clearly going to sign him there. Russell Bodine, I mean, he's asking for a pretty fair contract. I think it's fine, even as a backup. That strength, that's very hard to, come by. Kevin Minter, probably going to have to sign him. Carl Bradford, I looked to trade him. They wouldn't take him. Some interesting names here. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking Minter, and I don't know. We might be looking to grab a new quarterback. We'll see. Left outside linebacker, Takao Mabin. Superstar dev, which is kind of crazy because it's another Wisconsin superstar. DT Lennox Hammond and Haynes Pyle. So all defense. Take a look at that left tackle or left outside linebacker Mabin. Early verse. Looks to play the part of a good pick. Lennox Hammond looks great. Good DT. And then a left end Pyle early second doesn't look the part. And it looks like if we want a quarterback, as of this moment, the only guy is Gonzalez, who is a really beastly player all the way up there. Probably a number 1 overall, but he definitely fits the bill of a number 1 overall pick. And honestly, with those, with that talent, we'll see. I mean, I might make that trade up. Well, here we are, headed to the playoffs. Are we in it? If we're in it, sweet. If we're not, please be a bad record. We're not in it. And we're 6-9-1. Yep. So we're looking at, number 12, 13? That's cool. Obviously, I didn't force lose, because if I did, I would definitely get a worse record than 6-9-1, because that is a terrible record to take. You want to be 4 or 5 wins, not 6-9-1. Andy Dalton, 4,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, 13 picks. Average, never going to carry this team at this rate. Receiving, John Ross was the number 1, didn't play like it. Defensively, sack total, or offensively, sack totals, not great. Defensively, Willis with 11, Lawson 9.5, Dunlap 9.5. Picks, do we get anything from William? 2 picks from William Jackson. Kick returning, John Ross split the difference with Bernard. That makes sense. Let's take a look at the awards, which we have won 0 of, more than likely. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Mixon at 4. And then Ross at 9. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Willis, number 2. That's not too bad, to be fair. Lawson at number 4. And that's it. And don't expect anything else. And we don't get anything else. Let's take a look at the XP. I didn't touch any XP since week 9. And unless I have auto XP on, which hope to God we do. I think we do, to be fair. We have nothing if not. I think we do have auto XP on, though. Thankfully, we did, so it's not as bad as we thought. It's still bad, though. Going to the Super Bowl, see if we can find another guaranteed superstar. Maybe he'd be a quarterback. Anthony Gonzalez is the number 1 ranked quarterback, so unless we have a surprising bad team, or good quarterback, bad team up there, probably going to go number 1. And he's worth it. We might have to trade out. Like, when you have a guarantee like that, I think you got to take him. So Kevin Minter wants a 3-year deal at 27 years old. I think that's fair enough. Probably going to let most of the other guys go, though. We only have 20 mil as well. Like, what? Like, where is all our money going? Is there a cap hit we took that I wasn't aware of? Let's take a look at the salaries. Andy Dalton, maybe? 140 mil salaries, no pen, 32 mil space, 10 mil reserve. Where's the money? No, not the bonuses. So Geno Atkins, Carlos Dunlap, both might need to go. At least Dunlap. AJ Green's fine, obviously. Drake Kirkpatrick is... Why would they sign Drake Kirkpatrick to such a big deal? I don't know. Adam Jones is getting paid tons. So, yeah, we're going to be very rich soon, which is nice. Garrett Blunt. I mean, if there was anyone insane in here that was worth going for, I would have. But as of right now, I'm not seeing it yet. Jonathan Joseph return. It's been quite some time. It's going on the next week. Pretty important one. Scouting combine. I think the quarterback is clearly our number one target. Will we get him, though? I don't think so. So pick number 12 across the board. You have 2 4th rounds and 2 6th rounds. Anthony Gonzalez with a 5.6, 4.83, decent 3-cone, decent 20 yards. So he's a decent quarterback. What can I tell you? These guys actually might not be bad, but they're ranked so bad of talent. There's no reason that I mean, there's no way I could take someone that high. I mean, at this point, I'm looking at that quarterback, but it's a tough trade-up, so if I don't feel like we can get there, I won't try to. Or, I mean, I'll try to, but I just won't do it. Jason Verrett was dealt, by the way. He was traded to the Raiders. Interesting. Star drafting, we're number 12, and clearly the Browns are going to be taking QB here. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we can give the Browns. Number 1 overall. They need middle linebacker. They need QB. I don't know if we can actually give them what they want. Like, I could sleazily do this trade easily, like any day of the week, but it's got to be realistic. Is Andy Dalton even much of a trade piece? I don't know. They really want him, but is he really much of a trade piece? I don't think so. I think if we want number 1 overall, we're going to have to do this. I think that's the only way to make it realistic. A first this, a first next, and Andy Dalton for number 1 overall, which honestly I think is totally worth it. I think it has to be totally worth it. Anthony Gonzalez is our quarterback. 85 overall, superstar dev. Supposed to go number 2, even though I don't know how that's possible. Must be some decent fullback in here. Took a number 1. Clearly worth the trade up. Not even a question about it. And I think that might be the most realistic trade up to number 1 we've ever had. Now let's take a look at the rest of the draft because we're desperate still for other positions. And we do still have a 2nd round pick, and it's not a bad pick, so you can still make it happen. I mean, he looks like an insane... Screw it, we're going to take him. 78 overall, I'm pretty happy with that, actually. I wish his dev was there, but he's a pretty good center. Prototypical star, I think. Jameel Gardner, I mean, he's very fast. His potentials look terrible, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. 71 overall. I'm liking the speed and excel. I mean, there's a chance he starts, I suppose. Calmus is still there. I think he should be the best lineman we draft. Looks insane. 76 overall, very fast, very strong. So far, the best lineman we take, so take in, I suppose. So we should have a 6th round pick still, right? We do. Do we have anyone mid to late? What about Dunlap for a 6th? And like a 5th next, maybe? That's a steal for them, I think. Dunlap is definitely a guy that they wouldn't be looking to get rid of, but in this world, our 2 rookies have number 159, so that's going to be an interesting one. The Patriots definitely got a steal, I think. Like, I just don't like Fisher Burton here. I just don't see it at all. Early 7th, screw it. Okay, I'm happy. I did not think Fisher Burton was going to be that guy, and he definitely was, and he's young as hell. Super steal there. I think we're having a pretty good draft. We landed the greatest quarterback. Well, not the greatest, but definitely the best quarterback in this draft. Douglas Blair, taking him right now. Can't risk him. Starting linebacker, maybe middle linebacker. We'll see if he fits. So Rodriguez is, I believe, the last lineman I would debate taking. So we're going to take him now. Interesting specimen. He's a superstar dev, so that automatically guarantees him as a starter on this line. Strength is just good enough, I think. He has nothing good about him, but if he's a 70 plus, he could start. 69, right at that barrier I just set for ourselves. So number 1 overall, Gonzalez, amazing pick. Obviously worth a trade up. Browns, I don't know what they got at number 12, but they got some good value out of it. Like I said, my most fair trade up to number 1 ever, I think, to be honest. Rashad Stewart, probably a little high for a pick, but needed to be done. Jameel Gardner, I like his base stats, so he could start over one of our elderlies. Calamus, base stats, the best lineman we drafted. Burton, steal of the draft for sure by any team. Sam Blair's pretty up there too at steal of the draft as well. Dominique's is really good. Dominique Ways, I don't even know what his name is. And then Malik Terry was about what you would expect. So 16 overall for the Bills, did a very good job. Corner Waddle. I would assume most of the quarterbacks are pretty bad. We'll try to take a look though. Jamal Darden, great safety, a little bit old though. So with the trade down to number 12, they landed a great middle linebacker, in which they obviously, I mean, that's a super beast middle linebacker actually. And I'm not trying to like make myself seem, oh, I helped them, but that's a damn good middle linebacker. I know he only has normal, but 21 years old is so rare for a guy with that speed and excel. And then if we're being honest, the rest of the draft, they didn't do so hot. So Kepner, probably not worth it. Lindsey, the guy I was debating on, definitely worth it. He's actually a really amazing player. They got a super steal there in the second round. Colts, Roland Steele, number 6 overall. How old is he? Is he 24? At 24, clearly not worth number 4 overall. What a wow. Okay, so the Colts in the 6th round pick, with their 6th round pick, selected a superstar dev wide receiver who's 6'2", 23 years old, 84 speed. Like, why is that even a thing? Why would anyone want that? The Cowboys grabbed a surefire, a bit old, but still worth the pick at 5. Then another surefire, 23, a little bit old, but not nearly as bad. Not even great, so I'm actually very glad they took him. Thank you. And then Bears seem to have a decent draft. Fast wide receiver. Albrich, good tight end. Bears did all right. And then our draft, which was obviously home run because of all the steals we got, and more importantly, the quarterback who's already 85 overall without even starting. I'm not even playing a snap yet. So looking at the team, we obviously had to start some of the offensive linemen. Rookies, we have, I didn't anticipate having more than 2 because we only have 2 linemen. Andre Smith, probably making bank. Let's take a look. How much? He's making like nothing. But I don't know. Well, we're going to get rid of anyone making any crazy money. We'll have to re-look at this. Probably Michael Johnson. I mean, I want the depth, but we can always re-sign him for cheaper. Like Atkins, don't know what's the bonus. 2.5 million, he's 92 overall. We might not actually get a better deal than that. Perfect. Adam Jones, I mean, I don't want him anyways. That's a lot of money freed. Did I not just get rid of you? Exactly. Michael Johnson, 1.12. I mean, we can get him back for cheaper than that anyways. Dennard, actually, he's a pretty good overall. Never mind. We might be looking to re-sign him, actually. That's how desperate we are. Iloka want to trade. 1.8 mil cost. That's not bad. What about Williams? 2.5. When did he get quick? 2.55? He's still not going to start, I don't think, though. I mean, regardless, we only have a 7 mil pen, and we have amazing, cap. So let's see if there's any free agents here. Maybe some trade block guys. So we have a new fullback, apparently. That's a different fullback here. A lot of really good fullbacks. Holy crap. I don't care. I only need 1 or 2. And by 1 or 2, I mean literally 1. Who is this guy? Evan Piercy, how you doing? Burgess, not bad. He's a little slow, but he's a good player. Looks to me, that is. Tevin Blake, not a bad backup. See, I think we can definitely get rid of one of the safeties. Don't know what their pick is going to be. I don't care. 3rd round pick is fine for me. Fair trade, obviously. Croft is a young guy. Iloka is still young enough. And then Don't remember who the hell the other guy was. So we have about 50 mil cap, even with the dead cap hit. And this is the starting roster. I mean, I think we're definitely looking much better than year one. I mean, we drafted a quarterback already better than Andy Dalton. But the Browns, I mean, they have Andy Dalton. We took the hit. Most of the money was paid off already. It was only like a 7 mil hit, honestly, I think, for the trade. So not even bad at all for them. They got a first-round pick at number 12 and a next-year first-round pick. So season goal, I'm not going to touch that still, I don't believe yet. But we're close. Almost forgot about negotiations. So we have Geno Atkins, 3-year, 43 mil deal. I don't think they're going to let Geno go anywhere anytime soon. It's a bit of a hit, but it is a 3-year deal, so I'm fine with it. Jonathan Joseph, no thank you. Darqueze Dennard, or Darquez, I don't think we're going to keep him. I think we're going to let him go. I mean, we'll see with the rest of these guys, but I think we're going to let him go. Going to the playoffs, we've seen players like Dennard in free agency before that are better. So, I don't know. Please be in the playoffs. Please be in the playoffs. Please. Wow. 7-9. We didn't make the playoffs. How close were we? Probably very far away, actually. Pretty much just barely out of it. Right behind the Ravens, Raiders, Chargers. To be fair, we were actually quite a bit out. We were 2 games behind. That sucks. What was the stat line looking like, though? Not bad for the rookie. 4,800 yards, 42 touchdowns, 23 picks. Rushing, didn't even hit 1,000 with Joe Mixon. Wow. Okay, so maybe we just didn't have a lot of possession time. I don't know. John Ross, how does a guy with that kind of speed have 83 catches and 600 yards? I don't know. Tyler Boyd just balled out. Eifert was pretty solid too. Mixon was not bad. The rookies played a little rough. Not too bad though. Defensively, the lads, Lawson and Willis, looking really good now. Atkins did pretty well. Picks, Terry with 3, who did start. Burton with 2. Kicking, not bad. Piercy, pretty solid. Kick returns, nothing. Punt returns, 1 for John Ross. Take a look at the awards. I mean, I would assume we got Offensive Rookie of the Year. If we did, I mean, we're going to be solid, I think. So 7-9, but we still got Offensive Rookie of the Year. Terry, surprisingly, got Defensive Rookie of the Year, so not a bad decision to start him. I mean, I think he'll be better than Minter, at least. Overall, I think it's going to be the best decision. But yeah, I mean, not a bad season. It's just we didn't really, I don't know, just didn't get to the playoffs, and that was my biggest goal. Offensive line didn't get like any crazy XP boost. Defensively, Terry had 27K, and he's not bad. He looks like a star. Burton, really good XP. He's a star safety already. Willis and Lawson looking pretty good. So, I mean, we're on the right track. It's just, I really thought we were going to make the playoffs there. At one point, we were 4-3, and we actually had a lot of easy games to play. And I swear to God, if we lost to the Browns, if we were the ones that lost to the Browns, okay, thank God. Wow, down the stretch, we lost 5 out of the last 6. And we lost to the Saints, which I believe is our draft pick. Don't know what our draft pick is like, but we definitely moved down. I totally didn't do any of the XP for scouting, at least. Eagles won year 1, and the Steelers win it this time over the Falcons. So our rivals win it, which obviously puts a little more pressure on us, I think. I never really thought about that, but it probably kills a team inside when their rival wins. I mean, it would kill me. So our fullback is here. It's a fullback. Dennard wants a deal until he's 31. Randy Bullock was actually pretty solid. I'll give him a contract. Tevin Blake was not bad. Piercy was actually really good. I'd be willing to sign him long-term, like 4 or 5 years. Let's go 5-year deal. So sometimes you see some good players in here. Usually the max is like an 89 overall, like Delaney Walker or something. But we have plenty of money, so if someone's worth it, we're going to take them. And holy crap, there's some names. The biggest and pretty much only name I want here, clearly Marcus Peters. I am willing to bid big. I want this man on our team. 99 points. I'll put it up to 100. Screw it. We have the money. How much are we paying him? So we're offering him about 10 mil more than he wants. But I think he's worth it. To be paid as a top 2, top 3, as a 94 overall, I think he's earned that. Taylor Lewan. Be a nice name, but we can't do that. Clowney would be a nice name, but we don't need him. Unless he has good zone, which I doubt he does. I mean, he's not bad zone, but we're not looking for that. I mean, there's not really much more I can offer. I'm giving him a 100-point deal here. Basically, what he's going to be saying is, I want 8 mil less if he leaves us. Please, for the love of Jesus. Thank you. Finally, we're able to sign one of those big-name guys in free agency. Marcus Peters is huge. I mean, that's just so big. Such a big deal. Let's re-sign or not re-sign. Let's use our XP on our players. So when we're done with the draft, we know exactly where we're at. Stupid scouting. And no, we actually do have the scouting available. Okay, so let's take a look at the quarterbacks. Obviously, we don't need one, but I'm curious to see if there's any of those guys. Which, as of right now, it doesn't look like there's one of the guarantees. And this guy's really nice, though, to be fair. Be a great user player. Definitely curious to see what he's going to turn out as. Wide receiver, 7.4. Not even a good player. Got a speedster. Definitely a star, I think. It's a second-round player, too, so he might be worth grabbing. Oh, but yeah, this guy, Jeromepkr. Looking to be our new number 3 at minimum. Coming up this season. Not really much more to look at other than that, though. So this year we are drafting number 15, so that's not too much worse. So, I mean, we're looking at players. Wide receiver, Brian Lee is nice, but we also have a guy later, Jeromepkr. I've seen Chris be a great name before in the past. Early 5th, I think that's a clear-cut starting wide receiver right there. Niswanger is a great lineman, but can you really trade all the way up to top 4? I don't think so. 4.28 anyways. Not bad. Trading 15 for apparently number 2 next year. Whatever, the Giants' first-round pick next year and 5th next year. His lineman could be gone. I really don't even care. I think we have everything we need. We have a 2, 3, and a 3. I don't know how to trade that. Like, literally all the players in this draft are so bad. I mean, that's a 2, 3, and a 3 is worth, at this point, probably worth a first-round pick, right? This is a fair trade. Lions are number 15 projected next year. So we'll have 3 first-round picks next year, which is actually really insane. Number 12, Crisp is an early 5th. Obviously, right here is where we take him. 81 overall. Kind of a John Ross type. Number 4 is supposed to go. Took him 108. First pick in the right there for the, I don't even know who we traded with. Something like that one dude. I don't know. 701 overall. Terrible player. See you later. RJ Miller, here he is. Superstar Dev, 77 overall. I think that's good enough to start. Gave 5th, 6th, and a 6th this for the Broncos next 5th. Hopefully that's the last pick of the draft, and it is. So really an underwhelming draft, but there was just nothing there. It was a really bad, and I mean really bad class. This is probably the lowest amount of picks and this deep into the draft that I've ever went. 2 decent players, though. 2 great players, actually. Let's look around if there was anyone that, we could have had that would have really helped us. I don't think there was, though. Shenning, bad pick. I should have taken the other quarterback. Morgan Huntley, 79 overall. No dev, but pretty good player. What's his strength? 89. Definitely a starting caliber DT. Free safety, number 4 overall. It was worth it, though, I suppose. Niswanger, great left tackle. Brian Lee, slow dev, but a great wide receiver. Griffin Gregory, speedster with good elusiveness. There you go. That's a nice player. It's a pretty damn good player, in my opinion, for them. And he's a little old, but good player. Chamberlain, number 8. Cornerback Bullock, was he worth it? Kinda. Not really for us, though. We have all the corners we need. Bannister, solid safety. Burrow, amazing lineman. Brigance, 3rd pick in the 2nd round, really worth it. Wayne Parsons, he's a bit better than I thought he was going to be. I mean, kinda. Houston Toomer, not really interested, but he's a good player. Curry Ray, superstar dev, good coverage. I'm assuming he's coverage. If not, he's a terrible player. Nate Stroud, much better than I thought he was going to be. A super steal there. Then they traded up with us, of course, to grab a safety. Probably worth it. He's a great safety. Why wait next year for a player when you can get him this year? Obviously, in real life, it would probably cost a bit more than that, I think. Bradley Flannery, not bad. I mean, real life, the Packers traded down from around that. A little bit worse than that. Wait, no. It was either way. It was right there. Like, I think we traded from 14 down. 14 to 28, I believe, and a first round next year. So, a huge trade for them. Brody Montana, how good is he? Normal dev, but he's great. Romero, please don't be good. Did have quick dev, but He's really not good. It says he's good, but he's not. Honestly, I don't know what the hell you would do with him. Terrible strength. He's old. Technically wasn't even a 75 overall either. Stanley Flannery was definitely the best quarterback in this class. Wasn't a bad class of quarterbacks. Bryant Stringer, superstar dev, definitely regret not grabbing him. I just didn't think he'd be that great. I don't know. I just didn't think it. Missed out on that one. That was a guy that I would have wanted. Stahili Smith, not bad. Lester St. Clair, another one of those guys. Definitely would have been a starter for us, though. I wish we had him, but does have low strength. So we're seeing a few guys that we definitely missed out on. Spencer Wells, left guard. Verlin Tubbs, great left guard. I thought he would be pretty solid. He was good. Not as great as I thought he would be, though. Sean James, superstar dev. What a steal there. I saw this guy, and I didn't think he was going to be a superstar player. Great pick. I missed out on some pretty solid players. That would have been a nice guy to get. Tyrone Hicks, I didn't think he was going to be nearly that good. Worth it at 9, though. And then our picks. So this is normally the last season. I don't know if that's going to be the case this time, though. This has been kind of rough because we just have not succeeded. So I think, winning a playoff game with this team is clearly a win. But I think we'll probably do another season after this. I don't want to do any more than 4, but more than likely going to do another one after this. Take a look at this Miller guy that we grabbed. See if he's a good middle. I hope to God he is. Blair's going to move to left outside linebacker, I think. We have to look to get rid of Perfect. It's not like real life. It's Madden, where a guy like Perfect is going to be almost unusable with his speed very soon. So Perfect will be playing backup to everyone. He's not going to be off the team. Clearly not. Now, if he needs a re-signing, maybe we let him go, but definitely not going to be traded or anything. He'll stay. He'll definitely stay. But I don't think he can be a starter anymore. We signed Atkins for 3 years, so we just need a backup. And I don't know if any of those. So Gels and Barnett are both the same overall. Who's better, though? So better strength for Barnett. I don't even think this is a debate. Barnett beats him by a mile. Yeah, Barnett clearly the number 2. So the rule, though, is because of these picks, we have to trade for players. No other draft picks. We're only going to be allowed to trade 1 first for a first, if that's the case. If we want that, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're seeing teams in real life doing this kind of stuff where they're stacking up picks. For the next year, we got the Packers with 2 first-round picks coming up next year. A couple of teams, the Browns have been really stacked the last few years. Obviously, mostly in fact that they have a top pick, but still, or most years they have a top pick. But still, you see it in real life. It's not like it's crazy to hear about nowadays. I really wish our offensive line was doing better, but this is, regardless, the team we're going into on the quote-unquote final season. I'm going to say quote-unquote because if we do make it to the playoffs, we'll have a ton of XP, and we might end up becoming a team that wins a couple of games. And honestly, I would be okay with winning 1 playoff game as the rebuild because, as we know, the Bengals in real life haven't won in like 30 years in the playoffs, so there's that. But yeah, let's get on with it. So we have an interesting re-signing here. We have a AJ Greenfeller who wants a 3-year, $30 million deal. He's still got good speed. I think that's fair. I think that's actually really fair. Gio Bernard, 3-year, $15 million deal. He really doesn't play that much. I don't think we'll go for him. We'll give a 5-year deal to William Jackson. He's happy. Clint Bowling is 30. Instantly just going to say no because he'll be 31 after the season. Tyler Boyd might get a deal. Actually, probably a damn good chance he does. The rest we don't know about. We usually don't. But yeah, I'm happy with the 2 guys we re-signed. Definitely not Clint Bowling. I'm sorry. Sim to the playoffs. Marcus Peters. A lot of different guys we got that are really, big pieces. Maybe the XP wasn't good enough. Can we get there? And he gets MVP. It's always the glitch. Rookie sophomore year. The rookie quarterback sophomore year always leads MVP for me. 12-4, an amazing record. Going from a non-playoff team to this is pretty nice, I'd like to think. I'm trying to toot our own horn here, but I would think so. Picks are way down, over 1,000 rushing, about 1,200 rushing. Bernard, not bad. Receiving, Ross, just a disappointment. But at least Crisp did well. Ross just never does anything. Mixon got a lot of yards, actually, total. Line was kind of rough still. Sack total, Atkins hitting that age barrier, it seems. Lawson and Willis combined for 22, or 23 anyways. Not bad. Picks, 7 for Peters in his first debut year with the Bengals. Gardner and Burton both totaling 6. Not bad on the season. Randy Bullock totally deserving that contract. Really damn good season. Only missed 1 out of 23 kicks. John Ross, kick return touchdown. John Ross, no punt return touchdown. From number 12 to 3, defense, I don't know, but probably top 5, right? Yep, number 5 right on the nose. MVP right there. Mixon might have won best running back. I almost said lineman. Terry at number 6 for best defensive player. Offensive rookie of the year. Crisp, number 2 to a quarterback. Not bad. And R.J. Miller, number 2 to a middle linebacker. Gonzalez was great. Mixon, number 4. O-line, are we getting there? Bodine at number 8 and Calamus at 10. Peters, best DB, not bad. Randy Bullock, best kicker. So, got a bye week. So, we're pretty far in the playoffs already. Bengals consideration. Who do we go against? The Colts. I mean, swear to God, if this isn't the year. Stewart probably gets promoted to left tackle here as he gets 38,000 XP. Chris, we're going to keep him there, but second best wide receiver, maybe even the best wide receiver on the team. Burton gets another great season. More importantly, though, Gardner gets a great season. That's what we're talking about. Some good XP. Barnett really just not a starter here. But, I mean, not a bad season. Definitely good enough, I think, to win a playoff game, which is the goal here. In normal teams, we're looking for the Super Bowl. With the Bengals, playoff, can we get a win? 63K XP, though. We'll get his deep accuracy to like 93. Looking pretty good, I think. 96 overall. Probably a little bit lower than some of the other guys we would have had getting MVP and all these other awards. Gotta tell me this is the playoff team. This has got to be a playoff team. We're not as great as most of the teams we have, but we're looking pretty good. Looking pretty good, looking strong. Defense is young. Safeties, this is the best free safety I've ever drafted, it would appear. Does he still have super? He does. Looking ballerific. Little on the slower side, kinda. Let's go into the Colts game, though. We should... Okay. Here we go. What are the overall differences? 87. That can't be true. We got to be at least a 90. Going against Handy Andy Luck over here in the first game, Divisional. Please tell me we win. I want one playoff win with the Bengals, and I'm successful here. Start of the second quarter, and it's looking pretty good. 14-3. Andy Luck doesn't want to give up yet, though, and they're down by 1. We get only 3, and start of the second half, it's still up by 4. Come on, offense, good job. I think we might have missed an extra point, though. Start of the fourth quarter, only up by 7 here, and just completely choking it away there. Couldn't get a single yard, and just like that, they're going to tie the game up. 3rd and 1, can't get a yard. So we're going to choke this away, it would appear. Maybe not. Defense locks up again. Running the ball so much in a game we're not even winning. Under 2 minutes left, looking very good, actually. And here we should be wasting the clock to get 3. Said we don't, but we let the defense handle it, and we win by 7. The Bengals win their first playoff game in God knows how long. It's been quite a bit. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, it's a win. That's all that matters to me. That's what I was looking for. And we got it. So Anthony Gonzalez looking sharp. Joe Mixon. Mark Ingram, John Ross. Okay, not bad. Defense, Willis did very well. Melvin's still on their team, surprisingly. It's kind of shocking, actually. Normally, Melvin's like a free agent, goes like 4 different spots by the time he retires. So we won a game, and I think that's good enough for me. So if we can win the Super Bowl, obviously. Ooh, the Steelers made it. So let's take a look at our roster versus theirs. 91-93, so we're the underdogs here. We should get better quarterback play, though. Yeah, we struggle against Colts. We're definitely losing this. Philly and Minnesota on the other side, so it's a tough one. So starting off, we get 3. Defense doing an okay job so far. Start of the second quarter, 3-0, and they don't score anything still. Defense does well. Offense gets another 7 points. So start of the second half, up 10-0. We finally give up some points, but we are up 17-3 start of the fourth. We're actually looking okay. We're only up by 7 now, though. Come on. If we can... Ooh, 3. It's still good enough. It's better than nothing. And there's a pick. Who the hell is Kavere Russell? I don't know, but I love him. And honestly, we're headed to the Super Bowl. Yeah, we're headed to the Super Bowl with the Bengals. Literally never see the Bengals make the Super Bowl, so we've done a pretty damn good job here, I think. 27-17. Quarterback looking sharp. Let's quickly go into the stats. Quarterback didn't throw any picks, so kind of game managed that one, but did much better than Big Ben. Joe Mixon did very well, in all fairness. Defensively, Atkins. Yeah, I don't know who this guy is, but he did a damn good job, and I'm proud of him. Their kicker also missed a field goal, which played a pretty big factor. Hoping it's the Vikings here. Either team is really tough, but obviously the Eagles have the history in this year's rebuilding season on their side. It's going to be the Eagles, and I know it. They're going to be like a 96 probably. 93. I mean, 93 to our 91. We beat the Steelers, and we looked okay. Hashtag goals. So to the game, and they're up 7-0. Our defense does a good job. Offense is looking pretty strong. Only gets 3, though. Defense holds them to 3. I mean, defense is doing a damn good job. It's a 10-point deficit. Defense is doing as well as it can. Offense is just doing nothing. And defense holds them big time. Start of the fourth quarter. Come on, lads. We can't do that. Defense did as much as it could. It's a 9-point deficit. A 61-yard pass to Joe Mixon. That's a huge game changer. We don't go for 2. Come on, defense. Defense holds them. 2 minutes left, and all we need is a field goal. 3rd and 1, we get the clutch conversion. Come on, move it. 3rd and 7, we got to convert. This would be the most nerve-wracking playoff game or Super Bowl play in the history of plays. I don't care what anyone says. It's clearly the most nerve-wracking. I always go to this play. I don't know why I do. A.J. Green over the middle. We're going to have to take some yardage. Okay, I mean, I would assume we're going for a field goal. And on 1 second left, we take the 1-point lead, and we win the Super Bowl. What a game. The Bengals have won the Super Bowl in a Madden realistic rebuild. I am honestly shocked they did it. I will show you guys there was no restarting, no force wins, or any of that sort. Just good football. I honestly think it comes down to our quarterback not throwing turnovers and the defense just being insane. The defense, considering how bad the offense has played, has been ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I really want to see what the stat line is like. I want to see what our quarterback did. Quarterback was MVP, and we're not going to see it, though. But he was MVP, according to this animation. We've seen that several times now in our... More than several times. Probably seen it, what? Probably like 50-some... Well, maybe not 50 times. Maybe 30 times, probably, at least. Maybe more than 50, because we even when we lose, we see it. So, might have been almost 100 times this year. We don't even know. But that is impressive. Terry, what a story. A 5th-round linebacker turned into a star. And we win a Super Bowl with the Bengals, who, until this season, haven't even won a playoff game in 30 years, let alone a Super Bowl. Impressive stuff. The fans have waited long enough. They've deserved it. And let's take a look at the stat line. Our quarterback only threw 1 pick, while Wentz threw 3. We did not fumble. Either did they. Rushing wasn't even that good. Honestly, it was pretty much the defense. Did we actually score a defensive touchdown? The sack totals, we had 1. They had 3 picks. Peters had 1. Gardner had 1. And R.J. Miller had 1. Let's take a look at defense. Did we have a touchdown on D? No touchdowns on defense. Field goals, they hit all 4. We hit 2. I mean, looking at these numbers, we should have lost, but we didn't. We won by 1. Insane. I should have checked if there was a missed extra point, though. Maybe they went for 2 at some point, because the score obviously is very weird there. Or maybe they kicked like a bunch of field goals. Oh, yeah, they did. They kicked 4. Yeah, and all the numbers all add up. Completely all add up. What a game. This team probably on the list now for a reload at some point, maybe. But we'll see. This is the final look at the roster as we want it. And I'm happy with this rebuild. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you have any suggestions for rebuild ideas, experiment ideas, whatever it may be, let me know. Also, let me know what you guys want to see for Sunday reload teams. We have Bears, Texans, Saints, Cowboys, Steelers, Bills, Bucks, Niners, Dolphins, Raiders, Browns, Broncos, Eagles, Colts, Ravens, Cardinals, Titans, Cowboys, Lions. If some of them duplicate, it's because one may be a realistic or a fantasy. And then for next week, we have Ravens, Skins, Bills, Falcons. First two would be a fantasy. Second two would be, last two would be realistic. So I'd probably be looking to do a Skins or a Ravens fantasy next Thursday. But as always, thanks for watching. Probably uploaded a quick Fortnite weekly challenges guide earlier. I mean, it got views. I had to. Trying to get, that clout just to get some views for Fortnite. Because I like both games, I want a spread. I don't want to just be stuck in one game, So hopefully you guys can understand that, and hopefully you guys come back for next video. Tomorrow should be 2, maybe 3 videos. We'll see. But until next video, see ya!